Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just wanted to talk to you guys about 13 Ghosts. This is why I love collecting physical copies. Tell you a little story. This is just last night. Oh, and happy Easter to you. Welcome back to Vic's Views. But anyway, I want to talk about 13 Ghosts. So, uh, you got streaming services, right? I do have a few streaming services, and I just kept sitting there, and I just kept sitting there and sitting there and just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I think I got almost 500 physical copies sitting in this house, and I was like, that looks good, that looks good. And then I play a trailer, I'm like, nah. I play another trailer, and I was like, nah. I played another trailer, I was like, nah. And I listened, I said, that looks good. Then I got on some other one, or you got some free sites, Tubi, Tubi has stuff you already done watched, and stuff that's in my library already, and I'm like, man. So I got up and I started looking at some of my Blu-rays, and I remember 13 Ghosts. I remember when I first bought this movie, I started watching. So I sat down the other night and I actually watched this movie, man. And man, did I enjoy this movie, man. Golly, man. This was not a great movie. It was a good movie. You know what I mean? This guy loses his wife in the fire and they're struggling and he's got this nanny and he's helping him take care of his two kids. One's a teenager, one's a little boy, and he's going through that, losing his wife and stuff, and then he gets this letter that his uncle died and left him this beautiful home out in the country, and it's a glass house and everything like that. But in the beginning of the movie, his uncle is catching these ghosts, and he's catching all these souls. He catches these souls somehow and contains them with these glass doors with spells on them where they can't break out. It's a very interesting concept. I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was like, man, it's got the guy that played in Scooby Doo, Where Are You? That live Scooby Doo movie. He also played in that same guy also played in what's that movie called? The one where he had that guy go to a bowling alley. He's supposed to be a security guard. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And he had these robots that had all these souls trapped in them. Five Nights at Freddy. Yeah. He was the guy that give the guy the job. He was in this movie. Actually, it's this guy right here. See? That guy right there. A lot younger, though. But, this, only reason why I'm talking about this, because I know a lot of y'all already watched this movie. I know a lot of y'all, man, that movie's been out a long time ago. People talk about that movie a long time ago. I know. But what I'm saying is this is why you collect physical copies, because I'm watching all these streaming services. I think I got like 3 now. And sometimes I have 2, sometimes I have 3, sometimes I have 4 because somebody will run a special. Oh, you can get us for like $3 for $1.99 for 3 months. So I'm like, whatever, I get it. So I'm scrolling. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they don't have anything on there I don't like. It's just they have so much. It's just hard to just figure out what you want to watch. But when you have your own physical copies, like something like this, and when I grabbed this, I went and said to myself, man, I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I said to myself, and man, did I like this movie. I was like, man, I just love the way it was shot. And there was no box check. There was no checking the box. This is before they started box checking. You know what I'm saying? Box checking. This is before they started shoehorning, stuff in it in movies. Everything's got to have a message. Everything's got to be, you have to be preached to somehow. You got to make sure you have this over here and that over here and all that. And this before they started all this stuff. I think maybe a few more years after this movie came out, maybe 5 or 6 years, that's when they started making a lot of stuff with stuff that I don't really care for. But, so I ended up watching it last night. I had my surround sound on because I got this new setup I told y'all I was going to get, and I've been enjoying it. But it's a remake of a 1960, because there was one that came out in 1960. I tried to watch that one, but it was old and dated. I just wanted to see if I like it. I didn't care for it. That's the first time I ever watched the original, and it was in black and white. I did like the the originality of it all and the way they was just using what they had for back then. But I just couldn't get into it because you know why? Because I had watched this first. And then when I had found out that this was a remake of something else, I had to go back and I had to go see what the old one was like. And I tried to watch it, man. And, you know, after being spoiled with this and I went back with that one, where when I watch something old and I like it, then I watch the remake and I like it. I'm sentimental to the old one. So, but this one, I just liked it more, I guess, because I didn't even know that there was a remake. But man, golly, you guys, this is another one of those reasons why you collect physical copies, man. You know, you collect physical copies, man. As well, I mean, look at the detail they put in physical copies, man. You know, look at those people, man. Just you know, the way they, you know, it's just, you know, the disc got stuff on it, and see how the inside of it is. You know, just I don't know, you guys. But anyway, I put that in last night. And I was watching it, and I was sitting on the couch, and I try not to eat after 6 o'clock, and sometimes that don't always work. Because the older you get, the more you gotta start watching how you eat, how much water you drink. You gotta stay physically active. You gotta man, you know, I don't drink no liquor hardly at all. No, I do. I just feel like crap, so I just don't do that. So anyway. I was like, man, you know, it made me want to just, because I got this new setup, and I'm real happy with the setup. So it's made me want to go and pop some popcorn and act like I was in a theater and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't. I just went on and finished it. And I'd sit there with a big old smile on my face because this is why you should collect physical copies, because sometimes when you look at all these streaming services, not that I don't like them, you know what? I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I like streaming services because of their original content. I can't sit and tell you I hate streaming services. I really don't, because I'm late to the show when it comes to YouTube, and I had to think about these things. So I'm gonna put this out here. Well, before I got into making a YouTube channel, which is no biggie because it's not a big channel anyway, I'm not big or anything. That's not the point. The point is that before I, you know, even got into watching stuff on YouTube, I never got into YouTube. I thought YouTube was just, I used to be like, well, my boys at that time, they were in their mid-20s, early 20s, they watch YouTube, and I'd sit there and go like this, like, as much as I seen the excitement on their face, you know, they were full grown then, had their own apartments. So I go visit them once in a while, and they'd be watching YouTube, and I would sit there and go like this, like, and I'd hear them talk, you know, and they just, you know, I didn't say nothing. I was just like, And they said, what do you think, Dad? So that's all right, you know. And then I text my oldest boy one day, and he asked me, hey, Dad. He used to text me on Sundays every now and then, man. I miss that. He don't do that no more. But he used to ask me, hey, Dad, how's it going? He says, I'm doing laundry, and can I fix me something to eat? How'd your work go? He don't do that no more. But I said, well, it's good to hear from you, man. You know, have a good week. He said, yeah. And then he'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to watch YouTube. And I remember he said YouTube. I was like, damn, man, he loves that YouTube. Not that my other boys didn't like it either, and my daughter too, probably. So I remember after we got done texting, I was in the living room. This is when I was in my other apartment. I was like, YouTube, what is on that thing? So I decided to turn it on. I'm sitting there looking at YouTube like, and then I got on something else. Then I looked at something else. And I looked at something else. Then you know how you get on the interface and you'd be like, man, these are like actual people that's like us. That's, you know, some of them were super huge, kind of like, yeah, I remember a guy at work says that he thinks YouTube is almost like a mini Hollywood. It is. It's starting to get, he said, because we were talking about how YouTube, we don't like it like we used to, but we still like it, but it seems to be like a mini Hollywood. And it's getting mini Hollywood. You got a lot of people that are super big, and you got the people that are big, and you got the people that are up and coming big, and then you got the ones struggling channels that just scrapping for bones. But it does seem like a mini Hollywood because you got big name YouTubers out there, and everybody's just wanting a piece of that pie. So I told him, yeah, it's kind of losing its luster with me. I said, I'm a more down to earthish type of guy, and I only have 3 channels I subscribe to, and they're just very down to earth people. So And their channel is growing, but it's due to the fact that they're just laid back and, they're just, they don't look like they care about being famous. I know they want their channel to grow, but some people, man, they seem like they want to be in Hollywood or something. That's hard to explain. But that's how I got into YouTube. And so, yeah. But anyway, but YouTube did help me out a lot. And there's times I got stuck on playthroughs. There's times I, just see what they say. YouTube, really, I like YouTube. The fact that I could do walkthroughs. I get stuck on a lot of these video games. Movies, no, not so much. But that's how I got turned on to YouTube. Anyway, to get back on this, though, this is why you collect physical copies, folks. This is why you collect physical copies. It's like I said, I was scrolling through all these streaming services. Oh, yeah, that's the point I was going to make. I was scrolling through all the streaming services, and then I just kept scrolling and scrolling. I'm not going to lie, though. I did say, man, But then you see something else. You be like, wow. Then you get on another one. You see something else. Wow. And then you get on something else. Or you get on something and it's just, whoom. It's like. And so I was like, dang, man, I don't even know what to watch, man, because it's just like, boom, in your face, So I'm like, man. So I was like, I got up. I started looking at my collection because I know what I got. And then, boom. I said, I haven't watched 13 Ghosts in a long time. And I watched it, and I watched it last night. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself, man. So, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm glad I own it. And I'm glad I got it as a physical copy. And no, I do not need this on 4K. Just so you know. I don't need everything on 4K. I got this right here. It looks good on my new setup. So, no, I'm not getting this on 4K. Even if it comes out on 4K, I'm not getting it. I'm not double dipping no more. Like, I got movies coming in, and some are 4K and some are Blu-ray. Blu-ray still looks good to me. And I like my DVDs, too. So, anyway, you guys have a blessed week. Stay safe out there and be kind to each other. We'll see you.